Hello.
So what's up, guys? How are you? I haven't seen you guys in a week. How are you guys?
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the John Wilkes Boofing Show. We're boofing, we're goofing, we're spoofing.
That's right.
That's
Live
pretty
from
sweet.
France. Frank and Tonys.
Frank and Tonys in the
Thanks for
world
having
famous Willoughby, Ohio. Taking the last stop to Willoughby. And we're here, we're drinking on a couple of brewskis, and we're going to be offering some unsolicited dating advice.
Mm-hmm.
So get ready, ladies. Push back all the ladies with a 6-yard pole because they're going to be coming after us after we have all this dating advice.
There's nothing better than three guys giving
Right.
dating advice. I'll tell you that.
Right. Advice. Stay away from us three. Right.
So,
3 unmarried guys.
while I'm divorced, have you guys ever?
No, I statistically avoided my first divorce.
Yeah.
Be careful with that, John. You don't want to mess up these beautiful new umbrellas
Yes.
they installed on the patio.
Oh, yeah. I'm engaged to be engaged. So.
You're engaged to be engaged?
Exactly.
How about you?
I'm an ordained minister.
You're an ordained minister. That is hilarious.
That's right. So see me for all your weddings, baptisms, and any other spiritual needs.
So
Absolutely.
before we get to this dating advice and everything like that, is there can I just say something really quick?
No.
Oh boy.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you got?
Nothing. This is
You
just
got one in the chamber. What do you
no.
got?
This is just something that it's like it has nothing to do with the show.
What?
Yes, it has nothing.
We're going off in left field already.
We're
Okay,
going off
let's-
in left field
Let's
already.
get weird. Let's
This
get
is
specific type of weird. Some niche weird.
This has to do with like family, something that has to do with like family thing. So it's like off the chain, off the record, like way out of the field.
We're on the record. We're live right now.
We're live right now?
We're on the
Yeah, we've
record.
been live.
Oh shit, we're
Where
live
you
right
been,
now.
brother?
You got
Okay.
a headset on. We're talking to the camera. We are live.
All right, so we're live.
Welcome.
We are on the record.
All right, so we're live. So really quick before we start the show, my brother boss the other day was in a horrible car accident, and he actually lost his life in this car accident.
Oh wow, sorry to hear that.
So my daughter Haley and I would like to say our condolences to Chris and his family. Also, Haley and I would like to say we are sending our thoughts and our prayers to Chris's wife
Absolutely.
and his kids.
Amen.
We are thinking about you,
Yeah.
bro. I know this has hit you hard. I have talked to you, but I want you to know that if you need to talk to somebody or you need to vent, I am here. I am one phone call away. Just call
Awesome.
me. I love you, bro. And that's all I wanted to say. So now we can get on with the show.
Thank
Okay,
you.
guys?
And
I
my
just
friend
wanted
Lo-
to get that
my
off my
friend
chest.
Laura, too. Great loss. Always reach out. Anybody who has any loss or needs help, do not be afraid to stay strong. Do not be afraid to reach out. We're all we got. We're all here together.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. And be grateful for every day that everybody has, and every minute, every second, every breath. And really, you never know. So be kind and
Yeah, we're all a
And that's
community.
it.
We want to grow
That's
together. We want to help everybody out as much as we can.
Yeah.
So,
cheers, everybody.
cheers.
Yep.
All right.
Cheers.
There you go. Thank you, guys. I just wanted
No
to
problem.
say that
Hey,
to,
this is great.
my brother's boss's family. I just wanted to make sure that I shared that on the show. Okay, thank you, guys.
Absolutely. So, what did you do here?
So I just wanted to talk about, will you date a bartender? Because I say, hell no.
Hey, we didn't even tell everybody who we are.
Oh, did we forget to introduce ourselves?
Hi, I am Phil McCrevis. I am joined by the man in the middle, Red Hot Scots.
Thank you.
And we
That's
have
what I
our DJ extraordinaire, Chris. We need to get you a fun name for the show, but we haven't got one yet. So, Chris.
Chris,
Chris, my last name is Restivo. We'll think of a fun name for me.
Chris, who hates bartenders.
We could think of a fun name for me. It's all right.
And we got Jasonda doing IT and checking out our
Yeah.
sound. Thank you, Jasonda.
Yeah, there
With,
you
the
go.
flexing with the flick off shirt. Very nice. a big hello to everybody in the Peanut Gallery.
Yes.
We'll have you guys come on and say hello in a little bit, but we
All
want
those
to.
listening at home, shout out.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody who's tuning in for the first time or for the 100th time, thank you for watching the show.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing and subscribing. It's great to be at Frank and Tonys.
Shout out to
So-
my cousin Shannon, North Carolina. Thanks for listening.
Hey,
Thanks
hey,
for tuning
there
in.
it is. All right, so before we dive right into this this bartender extraordinaire, I think we could back up and get like the whole topic here. So,
Yes.
what was this about? We're talking about dating, and you have some sort of a dating profile or like a saga going on your personal
Yeah.
Facebook
How did
account.
this all start?
All right, so
Give us some background.
so I met this. So I was friends with this girl on Facebook, and I was friends with her for a little bit. And I actually went to her house one night. She invited me to her house, and I kind of knew she was like a bartender / server girl. So I shouldn't even have gone over there like in the first place, but I did, you know. So we
And
were.
what time was this? Give us a time.
It was
at
like
night.
I went over there. It was like 8:30 at night.
Going for
Okay.
some Netflix and chill.
Yeah, kind of. We
Yeah.
were chilling on her porch, and then we went inside because she was scared of birds. It was like really weird.
Right. So
she was
had-
scared that the
Well,
birds
that
were
should
going
have
to
been
get
your
her.
first sign. I don't give a shit what occupation she has. But
Yeah.
Scared
So,
of
so basically, we were chilling. We had some Tito's and Red Bulls, and obviously, shit happened.
One thing led to another thing.
Yep,
Right.
yep, and it led to the bedroom. We didn't have sex. We did not have sex, but we did make out, whatever.
Well, that's a lot of information. Why don't we fast forward a little
Right.
bit past like
Yeah,
the
just say the
fade
bird
to
was
black.
watching.
All right,
bird-
so yeah,
the bird was watching. Okay.
whatever.
The
So
birds
whatever.
were watching.
So how did you
So-
end up hating bartenders?
So I just, you know what? So she told me a story on how she basically she works at this place, and she was telling me she basically slept with somebody and an employee where she bartends. So basically, for me, I just like right off the bat, I didn't think I can trust her. And like I told you guys, I was a DJ for 10 years.
That was
And
before you were with her? Did she
Yeah.
sleep with somebody? Well, who gives a fuck?
But still, but who cares? But my point is, but here's the thing.
So you're saying, as a person at a certain age, you were trying to get with a woman. She already had slept with somebody before in her past. Like,
No,
that
but
seems
here's
like
the thing.
pretty
She
common.
works. But here's the thing. Like she works with the guy. My thing is I don't think you can date a bartender and trust her. I was a DJ for 10 years, and I saw a lot of bartenders cheat on their boyfriends, right? And I still go out, I still hang out, I still go to bars and whatever, and I still see bartenders cheat on their boyfriends.
but how is this different than the general population? 'Cause the general population, you got people that are faithful, you got people that are unfaithful. I'm having a disconnect here. How does this go into our main topic here? Bartenders specifically in that occupation has some sort of correlation with untrustworthiness. I'm
No.
not really getting the connect there. Like, how is it different
Yeah,
from the
how
general
can you not
population?
trust every bartender?
Well, I'm
I
just
don't know,
saying. Hey,
bartenders.
listen, I'm sure there's a lot of people out
Okay.
there that cheat on a lot of people. I get that, but I just say bartenders in general are harder to trust because of their profession. That's all I'm
Occupation.
saying. Occupation. You're out when there's alcohol involved. Stuff is more likely
That's
to
a good-
happen
that's a
when
point.
there's alcohol involved. Am I right or wrong?
So the point is like, that's more of a high-risk cheating field or occupation.
Correct.
basically.
That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Also, I'm like trying to
Yeah,
resolve
sure.
this in my brain because you're saying like trust, like because we're talking about trusting bartenders. Because when you go to the bar, you trust your bartender every damn day because you want to get the right drink. You want to make sure it's not
Right.
skunked or poisoned. And bartenders do a lot for people to make sure people that are too drunk get cut off. If you're too drunk, they get you a ride home. I feel like bartenders are extremely trustworthy profession.
Sure.
But you're talking about in relationships, and that's a little bit of a different
Okay.
caveat than overall. Overall, I think bartenders are
We just-
extremely trusted profession.
We just
Now
thought you
you're talking
hated
about
every
dating.
bartender out in the planet. Because this
I'm
bro
not
wouldn't give-
talking
going
this
on?
bro
about.
wouldn't give-
I'm talking about
She wouldn't
trust.
give you any ass.
I'm talking about trust in a relationship.
Okay.
I'm not
Oh.
talking
All right.
about all that stuff you said. You are 100% right. I am talking about
Okay.
trust in a relationship.
Okay.
All
That's
that
a
other
little bit
stuff
different.
you said, you are 100%. I trust bartenders when it comes to that
Oh, sure.
all the time. I am talking about trust in a relationship.
Okay.
That is what I'm talking about. Nothing, anything else that you said is irrelevant. I'm talking about trust in a relationship.
Okay.
Now you're talking about basically the temptation that's always there, and that alcohol is fueling it.
Correct. That's what I'm talking about.
Because
Like-
in the general population, yeah, people are drunk or sober, or they're here or there in a dense population,
Yeah,
loose population. But in bartenders, it's a very highly populated area because the bar's always full of people, and there's people that come in that are regulars, always talking to the same bartender over and over again, and alcohol is fueling the interaction. Is that what you're getting at?
That's
Right.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's
And
what I'm talking
dudes,
about.
the dudes believe every bartendress likes them, and I mean they come out with their best pickup lines, and it's just like being the boyfriend or spouse of a bartendress makes it more risky of a type of
Yeah, come closer
Way to have
here.
a relationship type of deal. Is that
Yeah,
something
that's what I'm saying. So
because they're all top notch when they're
Talk-
shit
so-
faced
talking to
drunk.
Mike.
Huh?
So,
So-
Pauletta said it's not just bartenders. You should have seen the business office I worked in.
Oh yeah,
What'd she say? What'd he say?
Oh.
business folks, them business folks. Right?
Oh, I'm sure business folks
all right.
do it all the time. I'm just saying bartenders because I was a DJ for 10 years.
Yeah.
I was, I liked the bartender. She told me what she did, and it just like hit a spot. I was like, oh, I'm in
basically
this
it's
scene.
yeah.
I'm like reliving what happened, like relived what happened to me, like what I was seeing like 10 years ago. That's
so
what
you
I'm
got
saying.
your heart broken by a
Yeah,
bartender.
she's just mad he didn't get no.
I
pussy
didn't
that
get my
night.
heart broken by anybody. I met a
I got
girl
it.
and like I got addicted, and then I had to pull myself back
Right.
because I didn't want to have the headache
Okay.
of liking a bartender and having to have that headache again.
Well, did you have? You don't
That's
have a
what I'm
pet
saying.
bird or anything by chance, do you?
A pet bird?
You don't have a pet bird? or-
No.
Oh, okay. Just
No.
Because they don't like birds.
Right.
I like birds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are, that's all I'm saying. That's all. Like I said, I posted the video and it like got like that
Wow, that's cool.
3,600 views about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were talking about
Well,
it.
yeah,
That's
so
why
you
like
just
I was
took a
like,
side, yeah,
like I
so-
took it
so
and a lot of
everybody
people
don't- yeah.
got sensitive about it.
So he
And that's
fought
all
back a
that's
little
all
bit
it
and
was
stuff,
about.
right.
It was just a joke, and then the joke
That went
got
on.
it just went to a higher level than what I thought it would go
Like
to.
that
It was like
broad
no
who
harm.
drools
I
on a
love
dick and
females.
now
I
she's
wasn't
famous or
dogging
whatever.
on anybody. I was
Okay.
just out there making a point about, do I
Which
really
field or
want to like
occupation.
a bartender again and have that feeling? Now, hey, like I'm sure there's
What
bartenders
if she was
out
a
there.
dental hygienist?
Yeah, like I'm sure there's bartenders out there that do their job, get paid, and then go home.
Yeah.
That's a good bartender. But then there's bartenders out there that work, stay, drink with their friends, have guys hanging out, they get
Yeah.
drunk together, and then shit happens, right?
Right.
And that's just a headache to
There's
me, man.
strippers too. There's all kinds
Yeah,
of stuff.
exactly.
So what I've learned about life and stuff, whatever occupation and field it may be, it's like, I guess how the best way to put it is, wherever there's a hole, there will be a gopher.
What?
Cheating
Oh,
is rampant, I guess. I don't know.
Jesus. All right.
And-
Well, I kind of wanted to get
Lit.
back to what Scott was saying before about there's basically a monetary exchange here. When you go to a bar, you're paying more for beer at a bar than you could be paying for beer at home.
Right.
So
Correct.
what are you paying the premium for? You're paying the premium for all the guests, but the bartenders know that they're paid on tips, so they're going to pay you in the currency that we all love
Yeah.
to enjoy, which is attention.
Right.
So bartenders will give you the attention because they want the extra tips.
Correct.
So a lot of times the signals get crossed. They're giving you attention because they want tips. The patron misinterprets it as they're giving me attention because they like me and they want to be, with me. But they basically, their job is to entertain you and to give you attention. Therefore, you pay money in terms of tips.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that they want to have a relationship with you. So that's where the signals get crossed, I think.
All right.
Correct. And there are a lot of guys out there that do not get that. You know what I'm
Bingo.
saying? There's a lot of guys out there that don't get that.
So those are the ones that can't afford to go to the strip joints.
Yeah, so they go to the bar instead. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get that. I
That being said,
understand
that's
exactly what you're
basically
saying.
the job duties is to entertain and to give attention. So
Watch
I'm
out
not-
for safety.
I'm
right.
not sure why that's a problem if someone's misinterpreting it. Like, just because a bartender is giving someone attention doesn't mean that they're going to then go ahead and get involved with them romantically. So I'm still like kind of having a hard time like understanding this. Like a bartender, yeah, like when they get off shift, they can go and live their own life, and they can drink and have friends and party and do whatever they want. I just don't understand like the negative connotation that's coming in.
For me,
yeah,
I'm just saying that I have
you made a fucking post and they went.
I have seen it. I have lived it. I still see it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
and I'm not saying like all bartender. I'm not saying that every single bartender is the same. Like for instance, I went to grab a salad out where I live in North Olmsted. I went to a bar and I grabbed a salad. Now this bartender I know has a boyfriend. So she comes over. She has a boyfriend, right? She sits on my lap and she wants to do a shot with me on my lap, right? Mm-hmm. So I know she has a boyfriend.
Oh, that's a little extra.
But listen. So I say to her, I'm like, I know you have a boyfriend. So why are you sitting on my lap? And she's like, oh, he won't mind. And I'm like, so you're telling me if your boyfriend walked in the door and saw you sitting on my lap doing a shot, he wouldn't mind? Oh, he would get pissed. Exactly. So what you're doing is really disrespecting your boyfriend. So why don't you just like get off my lap? Because I don't want that kind of headache. Because if the dude came in and saw that, one or two things are going to happen. He's either going to get pissed at her or he's going to probably throw a punch at me. Right. And I'm just an innocent. So that's what I'm talking about. So like I just lived it last week. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Like, why is she doing that if she has a boyfriend? And I'm not saying like every bartender's like that. I'm just saying he's at home probably thinking I can trust her and she's already out fucking around. That is what I'm saying.
But there's just a shot on the lap. Who knows? Maybe he put her up to it. Maybe the rent was overdue. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck knows it? It's like, it's just a fucking shot on the lap. I personally don't want any of that shit. Get the fuck off my lap, All
I'm saying
around the house.
At the end of the day is I will never date a bartender because of situations like that. I just don't trust it. It's just a headache for me, and I won't live it. And I'm sure there's a ton of guys out there that will date a bartender and is cool with it. And I'm sure there's guys out there that won't do it because they've done it before and it's a headache. That's all I'm saying. It was just a topic on the show that funny. I thought would be funny to have.
You got ribbed on it for it for years.
And listen, I'm sure I'll get a lot of hate about it. Listen, I'm not going to lie.
Because of some birds and she would give you some fucking birds.
Listen, back in the day.
See what happens, huh?
Hey, back in the day, if you knew me, people knew I was a cheater. And that's it. I lived by the 4 F's.
How many times did you cheat?
How many times did I cheat? Yeah. I don't know.
All of them, right?
I grew up. I grew up in high school. I was a cheater. Out of high school, I was a cheater. When I was a DJ, I was a cheater. I lived by the 4 F's, man. That's my lifestyle. I lived by 4 F's, and that's how I rolled until I met my ex-wife, and then I found out I was having a daughter, and then I changed my whole life around when I found out I was having a daughter. Yeah. And then I grew up, and then I decided I can't cheat anymore because I don't want somebody to do that to my daughter. So it changed my whole life around. Now I look at women a different way, and that's just the way it is, man.
Well, no wonder bartenders hate you. No.
Listen, they can hate me all they want. I'm friends with a lot of bartender girls, and I bust their chops all the time. I go visit them and stuff like that, but it's just the way it is.
You can't trust every bartender.
No, you can't.
Some of them are great people. The relationship, they're not all people do that for sure. I get what you're saying, though. It's a more of a high-risk perceived field that where, like, more shenanigans could happen.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to lie. My ex-wife was a bartender before I met her. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when I met her, she didn't bartend for like 2 months. Mm-hmm. And then I was a DJ at Slam Jams in North Olmsted, and that's where I met her. It was like Naughty Schoolgirl night, and
nothing could happen there.
Yeah, exactly. She came in, and I was DJing. It was her first time. She came in, and I was like, "Oh my God, who is this girl?" She was like smoking. It was her first time there. So the dust spray that you like clean like the
Yeah.
dust off the the amps to get the dust off.
Okay.
Like I just literally, I didn't know. Like I was in awe when I saw her, man. So I literally just walked up to her and I sprayed that up her skirt. That's how I met my ex-wife, man.
Oh my.
Oh,
And that's how we
God.
dated. And she literally just bartended like 2 times after that there. And then she just didn't do it anymore. But that's how I met my ex-wife. And, but it's a weird story, but that's how I met her.
Well, it's funny because it seems like because of all your experiences in the past with like all the debauchery and fun that you think that everybody now is doing the same thing. But like from my experience, when I'm seeing these bartenders, I don't see really anything about what you're talking about. I don't really see any like bad behavior, hooking up with everybody. Not that they would tell me everything, but like I see like the general population as being just as promiscuous. So like
Sure.
that's why I'm just like kind of confused about this whole thing. Like bartenders, mostly what they do is they work, they clean up, and they go home. I mean, if they drink and party,
Yeah.
whatever. But like if you just had like a regular any person, and like they were going out and partying and drinking with their friends, like
Yeah.
you got to have like lines in the relationship where it's like you have that trust there, but
Sure, trust.
people
exactly.
do have to have like their own life. They have to like go out and have their own friends and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, yeah,
so.
absolutely.
And I think too, because I was like listening to, is just, I don't want to go off the deep end of it, but if you think of that perspective, like okay, somebody like to me, just getting back on the topic of bartenders, I don't even want to say this, but if, I won't even. I'm gonna leave it there. I really want to say.
All right, we're gonna
that.
get some fresh blood coming
Yep.
in. Hey
Cool,
Ryan,
cool.
how's it going?
Ryan.
Doing good.
Welcome
Glad
in,
to be
Ryan.
back on.
Welcome in,
How you doing,
Ryan.
guys?
Do bartenders hate you as much as they hate Chris?
Oh my God. Well,
Thank you. Like I said, it was
oh,
just
thank you.
you guys are taking what people are taking what I said.
No, it just jumped
what
off on
I know.
social
Like
media.
people are
so
taking what
we
I
had to
said.
address all this crazy shit.
People are taking what I
No,
said and just blowing it way out of proportion. All I said is I will not date a bartender.
which is cool.
And people are taking it and blowing it way out of
Yeah,
proportion
which is kind of funny.
because people are sensitive and that's what people do. And I get it. But at the end of the day, I just don't want the headache and I don't want to date a bartender. I mean,
I grew up with the perception that if a bartender actually likes me and wants to date me, I'm thinking this broad must be whack. What the fuck is wrong with her wanting to hang out with me? So,
I got a feeling that being a bartender, like, that puts a lot of skills in a woman. And if she's going to defend her point, she's going to be able to be a better person because of experiencing all the stuff that happens.
Oh, correct.
It's gonna first of all get rid of all that shyness, all that. They'll be a lot more outgoing, a lot more fun. I think there's a lot of benefits to it. I think that, there's a lot of career choices that can definitely harden or, like, kind of make someone a difficult person to be around. But, that's just the dating world.
Yeah.
World is a crazy place, and I think bartenders would have more trouble dating me than I would them.
hey, it is very hard. Listen, I've been single for a long time, and it's very
And
hard
it's not
to
just
date.
because I'm ugly. It's
Hey, man, I don't think you're ugly. You're a good-looking guy. You could probably get girls if you wanted to.
I'm talking about my personality.
Oh,
But-
yeah. Come on. I've known you for like 3 weeks now. You got a great personality,
Aw,
man.
Thank you.
I'm just
you too. Thank
hey,
you.
I'm just saying, it's a hard world to date out there, and like I said,
yeah.
I didn't think my post was going to get that many views, and it was just a joke. I
Yeah.
thought it would be funny just to talk about it on the show for a little bit, and that was
he
it.
did. We just
No
wanted to see
harm,
you
no
get your
foul.
asshole ripped off. It was like, what the hell is
You
he
know what I'm
talking
saying?
about?
It was no harm, no foul. It was just a joke. So that's
great.
it.
Good stuff.
What do you want to talk about?
Oh gosh.
Hey,
Well, throwing me right in. Let's see. I got nothing serious other than that. I'm kind of searching for a subject here myself.
Well, Nick posted something about ghosting earlier.
Ghosting.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
we
posted
gotta have
some-
we need a new etiquette on that because that's just impolite. If you don't want to give me the time of day, let me know. Let me move on. It's like you're holding someone up.
But a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are scared to tell you they don't want to talk to you anymore because a lot of people just don't have what it takes to be like, hey, I don't really
Yeah,
like
it's
you. I
just,
don't feel you.
And get back to you. I can understand your misery. You know when you're being ghosted, right? Why the fuck would you want to talk to them?
exactly.
Fuck them.
it's almost like
your own
it's
stupidity.
kind of like someone's telling you, "I want you to impress me."
Right.
Like, and I'm
Oh,
like,
fuck yourself.
"Fuck you! I'm not going to impress you. I'm going to be myself." And if
And
that's
if you
not
want to
enough,
impress them, go impress them. Right? Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to help here.
that is why
Help
dick
me,
pics
help
get
you,
sent.
help yourself, and help others.
Well, are you single?
No,
You're not single.
no.
Okay.
No.
Are you single?
Yes.
Do you try to date?
No. I
He's ghosted.
yes.
He was just ghosted.
Right.
Yeah.
Ghosts and birds. I don't know what the hell.
My
is going
phone
on here.
basically just phases out of like it's see through. I get ghosted so much.
No, you don't get ghosted. Come on, man.
Do
you really?
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
call you
Oh yeah.
Casper.
Plenty of times. You might as well. Too friendly of a ghost.
I mean, do you like?
Here's what I look at it as. Probably doing you a favor if they ghost you. You know,
Probably.
what's the fucking point?
Yeah, I
They
mean,
don't
I'll
wanna
be
talk to
honest
you, then
about
fuck
it.
If
I'm
they
not
like
here
you,
to like.
they'll let you know. That's what it's all I've learned in life. If they like you, they'll let you know. If
Yeah.
they don't, then that's what you get. Why waste your time?
I don't want to
What the
ever
fuck
be
is the point?
anywhere that I'm not wanted.
That's
That's something I only take what is freely
the fucking
given.
point.
I never put myself in a situation where I expect anything from anyone.
Yeah, and
for me,
I
that's
know
a
you
true
guys. You're
place
not
to
out here to
live.
harm anybody. You're out there to
No.
help and do good and be positive and shit. So
Hmm.
that isn't that what life's all about?
I guess this is really just talking about why do toxic personality traits flourish so much in the dating world?
Well, it's
What
like,
is it about that?
two
Is that
things.
like something we're stuck in from our old,
I got this
evolutionary
answer.
bullshit?
I got this answer actually
Yeah.
because it's like shit has happened in everybody's past and they use it as a comparison or what they call a benchmark. So they're expecting it. They're looking out for signs. And when you have somebody looking like when you do 100 things, they're looking out for the 2-3 bad things that didn't go right, or they're looking at you like, oh, he's this or that, or she's this or that. It becomes a benchmark and a comparison point. And it's like easy to look in the back to not get caught up, which is smart to do. And you're trying to live in the present, but you're also trying to look ahead to kind of start. Is this going to work? Is this not? So they're thinking how it may work or progress in the future. And they're basing some of the shit, especially the negative, on the past. And a way around that I found out, so this is more helpful advice, is that if you think about the positive stuff that went in the past and you build on that.
Hey guys, we've got a couple comments. So Julie says, I think the hardest part about dating a bartender is the off chance it goes wrong. You could have a good flirting relationship and it's fun. But a relationship gone wrong at your favorite bar could create a lot of awkwardness.
Oh,
Ah.
And then she also asked, you guys could talk about how the digital age has affected the modern dating world.
It's great. Right. And that's the
Oh, yeah.
thing, too, is it's like if there's somebody there, that's their home turf, you're in a bar, you're not welcome, you're a place to hanging out. So, for instance, downtown Willoughby is like, there's a good 15 other places that are legitimate to go hang out with. If you're doing that, like, say, in a rural or country or somewhere there's a specific bar that's close to your home, you get ostracized for that, you have nowhere else to go. Then, shit like that happens, so that plays a game into it as well.
Well,
which is a great point. And then,
but why are people so emotional about this? I mean, at a local bar, I'm pretty
Because they
sure
have emotions.
by the what's that game that 6 points to that actor or 3 points to whatever that guy is. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone in this bar has slept with everyone, conjunctually over the time period. So why do we all have to be so awkward about this? We all know this shit's happening.
True.
And
I'm not.
I got a feeling.
I
I'm
have
just
no way
saying,
of verifying this.
I
And I am a man
there's no verification
of noble
process
intelligence.
that's going to here. But I have a very strong feeling that, like, by points of connection, you can just put almost the entire bar together that way.
Wow.
And you know what? Something happened. Like, get over it. Go over, say hi, say, how you doing? It's great to see you again. Like, your relationship may have changed, the dynamic between you, but that doesn't mean, like, you can't just be polite, hang out if someone's acting, like, weird or...
So tell them like
Yeah.
it is. You're gonna plow them good.
Oh my God.
That is my point exactly. That you have just summed up
I do.
the entirety of what I was trying to say.
No.
That's just, some people just get awkward in situations because they don't know how to handle it because they don't want to feel uncomfortable in the situation.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what the bottom line is.
You know what?
In
When I see someone doing that, I'm like, hey, you seem a little bit awkward right now. Is it because you're feeling
In another
a
way
way
is
about this? And then you could just say, hey, I don't feel weird about it. You don't have to feel weird about it. I put all my skeletons out on the street.
Yeah.
They're hanging out to dry in my front yard. So
Yeah, in another way, everybody's pretty much always looking for the same thing: happiness, love, all that good stuff. You know, sometimes it doesn't work and all that, and you never know how everybody else is like feeling or what their actual state of mind is, no matter what it is, male, female, vats, or whatever they want to be. Or you know, what happens is like you have to try to put yourself in their shoes and, you know, feel it out, and everybody's looking for fun, and then you throw in alcohol in the mix and bad decisions, and, you know, and it's sometimes good decisions, you never know. I'm sure there's been plenty of happiness in marriages out of bars. People meet in bars. They live happy lives together, you know. So it's a give and take.
I'd say happiness.
Interesting conversation.
You got to treat it like the transient thing that it
Yes,
is.
interesting conversation.
How about a couple of Tinder stories, guys?
Tinder stories.
Oh my
Who's
God.
up?
Oh,
Anybody want in?
I can do
I gotta
this.
go talk. I gotta go talk to my agent.
All right, hang on. Nick's coming back in. Can you throw me the cigarettes, please?
Ready? I see stuff. Interference.
Intercepted. Oh, yeah.
Also,
Hey, welcome back.
This will be easier. So
Oh,
that
thank you.
You can see comments right here instead of, you know what I mean?
All right, so I'm
All
not
right.
sure what you guys are talking about for the past couple
Yeah.
of minutes, but maybe we could talk about some online dating.
Could I get a lighter, please?
Because online dating, that corresponds to what I posted a little bit ago, which was ghosting.
Yeah, I mean, when you're on Tinder, I feel like there's an expectation of what it's going to be about. Each site has its own unique kind of like its mood about it. Like Bumble, it's supposed to be a more serious one. Tinder is supposed to not be serious at all. If you're paying for it, then you know what you're there
Paying
for.
for it? Who pays for it?
Well, I mean, legit sites like Match.com or like those things. You can pay for Tinder, but that's just like, you know, spending daddy's money to get laid. Kind of stuff.
Chris, have you ever done any of that online dating stuff?
All right, so I'm
boy.
going to be totally honest with you. I have never done any online dating ever, but I did put myself on the Facebook dating app
Oh.
like less than
Yep.
10 days ago.
Really? Oh,
I did. It was
man.
like my first time ever putting myself
Yes,
on a
okay.
Facebook dating app.
You
Brand
get out
new.
there.
It was like not even 10 days ago I put myself on there.
Well, how's it been
thing,
going?
And the thing is I literally make fun of everybody else for going on dating apps, and I put myself on there. And I'll be honest with you, it's kind of like a shit show, but it's kind of funny. I mean, I've had a lot of girls like reach out to me and stuff like that, but it's kind of interesting. But that's the only one that I've literally have put myself on there. So this is me coming live on this show,
All right.
telling everybody that yes, I finally put myself out on the dating website, and it was a Facebook website.
We got the
whatever
big
it is.
reveal happening here.
Yeah, we have the what?
What?
Yeah.
I feel like it takes a lot to put yourself out there because like you don't know if there's going to be rejection, because there's definitely going to be a lot of rejection.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of ghosting, and even Julie says that all the dating apps have ruined a lot of things, in my opinion, anyway. So these dating apps like commoditizing the dating world, where in the real world you come up, you have a conversation with somebody, you get to know them, like you're not just like looking at one picture and deciding 1 second. Because Tinder's the big one. It's like swipe. Like people look at your picture for maybe like 0.1 seconds. They decide like, nah. Whereas if you're talking to somebody in person, you might have like 5 minutes for them to make up their mind. Like, okay, I want to continue talking to this person. Or like,
Yeah,
nah, that's not for me. But like, when you're on the dating apps, it's like 1 second. So in my opinion, I'm definitely not that much of a Fabio type of a guy. So I did not get very many matches at all.
You're over 6 feet tall. You should be set.
So my question is if you're chatting with the girl on this website, right?
Yeah.
Is she chatting just with you, or is she chatting with you and answering questions, and then when you're typing, is she answering another dude's question?
Oh yeah.
Like-
that's
like-
what it's
like-
many
like
dudes.
how
Yeah.
many other dudes is she chatting with, right? So if you do end up hooking up with the girl and you go out with her a few times, right? Like, is she also talking and going out with other dudes when she's not
Absolutely.
with you?
Absolutely.
And is that
Now, see, I'm the guy where the
Yeah.
talking stage, like, I mean, it's one thing where if it's like you're just kind of hanging out for a little bit, but the talking stage where it starts to get a little more involved, that's where I'm like, okay, that's where cut it off, and I'm going to focus on you.
Oh, so you're doing the ghosting.
No. But it's like, obviously, I'm not talking to a lot of fucking women because I'm a fat piece of shit. But
no, come on. You got tons of women. But here, let me ask you this.
Here, come on. If you're gonna talk this much, come on.
Come here.
Come on. No.
Well, so
Let me ask you
John,
this.
come on.
Let me ask you this. Answer this question. Come here. I want you to answer this question. How? Here, let me get you in here for a second. How do you, if you are talking to a girl like you said, and you're in that stage, how do you say to a girl, "Listen, I like you, and I want this to move further, but I want you off these apps so I can focus on you and focus on us"? How do you say that to her so she gets off all these other apps?
I've never had that problem.
No, but I'm saying, like, what do you say to her so she understands, like, you want her off all these other apps?
that's a big conversation to navigate. Yeah.
I because any girl I've ever dated and the one that I'm currently speaking to right now was not through apps. So, I mean, I've never had that problem. So I honestly don't know how I would navigate that.
Yeah.
Because to me, like if you meet someone and there's a little bit of interest there, okay, whatever. But like once you really start getting involved and doing more things together and hanging out, and there's like a lot more involvement in there, but you're not quite dating yet. That talking stage, it to me is like when it starts to become more involved is you're in or you're out. If you're talking to more than one person, you're out.
So Lex says that's for insecure people, and gives big props to you, John.
But that's my old neighbor,
Oh well,
which
I
Chris,
guess they owe you.
you know
that.
Lex.
Huh?
You know Lex.
I know who?
Lex?
Yeah.
She's my old neighbor. Her mom lives like right her mom and dad live like right by me.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I invited her up here tonight, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to come up. I'm going to have some fun." And she didn't even show up.
I saw her right before I left.
Yeah, that's right. She did tell me that she knows you. I've never met her in person. I'm just friends with her on Facebook.
So, I mean, a big part of the dating apps is just our big addiction to dopamine nowadays.
It
We
is.
want that instant fix,
gratification.
that instant gratification, and that's something that I feel like dating's changed a lot back from like, the 70s to where, there was all that the post 60s free love stuff, and now we're in this world where we feel as though every action we take is being judged and watched, because it kind of is. But now there's this big eye that's watching us all the time, and it makes everyone nervous about taking a big chance, just going out there and just doing it, just taking a risk and seeing where it lands you, because life is nothing but a risk. If you want to sit there in your room with your thumb up your ass, then you better get off to that, because that's going to be the rest of your life.
What do we got here?
At the same time though, like if you're going strictly off dating apps, like if you're not physically attractive, and they'll swipe left. So the personality can mean a lot.
All right. So Julie says, I think a lot of guys in this day keep rosters, which I don't know was a real thing until recently. But it really boils to, do they really like you? Because someone who likes you will only talk to you. So I have seen this with both like sexes, with both, anyone of anything. Like they will keep a roster. They will keep a hierarchy of people, and they got a backup waiting most of the time. I mean,
But
if they have choices, then they got a backup.
But
in
males
this
and
situation.
females both do that.
Yes, the ones that have the choices, and there's a hierarchy of choices that exist. Like if you have the privilege of choice, then you're going to be making whichever choice is best for you, and that's just human nature. So, I mean, I really can't knock someone for just being a person. Would I act differently in their place? I can't say I would or would not. So that comes back to me not expecting anything from anyone, because they're a person just like me, and they have, thoughts and feelings, and there's a reason they've come to this conclusion or this action. And all I can do is control my own actions and be, responsible for that.
Today's world, with the dating apps and social media and everything like that, it goes like this. It has made it so easy. Back in the day, you literally had to walk up to a girl, introduce yourself, and one or two things are going to happen. She's either going to like you or you're going to get shut down. That's the way it was. You had to take a risk and do it, And now you can have 6, 7, 10 conversations with the girl, break the ice before you go meet her. So so you could feel more comfortable when you go meet her in person, right?
Yeah. I
so
agree.
you pretty much break the ice, and all you have to do is go face to face. Where back in the day, you have to walk up to a girl and be like, "Hey, what's up, girl? I'm Chris. How
Hi.
are you?"
Get out of
And
here,
then-
loser.
You
and
have to
then
have
you
like
have
a authentic conversation, or you get shut down. You get your 99 slaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You spit your game. Whatever your pickup line is.
How much does a polar bear weigh?
Yeah, whatever.
Enough to break the ice. Hi, I'm Nick.
Yeah, whatever your pickup line is. What was your pickup line back in the day?
Gosh, it was just, hey, how's it going? You mind if I sit with you for a while? Just being blatant and just, do you want to hang out for a minute? I'm here by myself. You look like a cool person to talk to.
What was your pickup line?
No, I've heard your pickup line before.
What was it?
Did it hurt when you fell from heaven?
Oh,
Ah.
My pickup line is, did it hurt when you crawled beneath the crust of the earth out of hell?
What was your pickup line?
I already did it, the polar bear one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was your pickup line?
Yeah, that's right. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to say about online dating, it's like the modern era, it's very much changed because people's expectations have greatly changed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you're like one of these top quality males, like if you're like
Like me.
if you're
No.
6'4" and you're in great shape and you have tons of money and you're young, well, yeah, you're gonna have your pick of like all the women, or if like you're a rock star, if you're like a baller or something like that. But women's expectations now are extremely high. The women,
Over 6 feet tall.
women like have all these expectations. Like a large proportion of the women are looking for a tiny little proportion of the men. Like people, there's interviews like asking these women, "What's your ideal man?" They'll describe them, and there's a calculator to figure out. Oh, you're looking for 0.1% of the population.
Yes.
But then again, like 50% of the women population is looking for 0.1% of the male population. So it's like very dispersed
There's
in
a
terms of the,
skewed
like who
number
can date
of
who.
reality because,
Yes.
I mean, as humans, we've been evolving for like 100,000 years. And this is 100,000 years. This is how long we've had agriculture. And like this is how long we've had modern society. So we're not really meant to live in this big open world with so many different choices, and we're overwhelmed by it. And that means we want to go for that 1% versus we're in a dating world that's our village.
Well, do we have a couple
basically.
comments rolling in? Like, we can
Yeah.
read them off.
Well, Lexi sent 2, but let's read this one really quick, and then we'll get to Lex.
So Julie says, I've never had a successful connection from someone I've met online. Only seems to work in person. You got to spend time with people. Isn't that true?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't just spend on, communicating online. You have to build a relationship in person, go out, have fun, make memories, laugh, and do things. You can't just spend your whole time on your phone. Otherwise, you're not going to build anything.
Online, I'm not sure if we got to this, but what women and men are doing on these online dating apps is way different. Because as a man, basically, we're encouraged to go on and say yes to every single woman that pops up. Just cast a wide net and see what you can catch.
It's like
So you
fishing
go-
out there.
Well,
Yes,
that's-
it is. So you go on the
Yeah.
app, you're like, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Not even looking. Yes, 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 yes. Then
So-
you see it pops up, you're like, I don't know. Whereas with women, it's completely the opposite, because if they say yes to a match, there's not 100%, but a really high percent chance that they're going to get a yes to every single one they say yes to. So it's like it's a selection bias.
So that's one reason that
Do you want to come on?
I will not. I mean, if you're talking to more than one person, I don't knock that because I think that's just a natural thing to do. If you're online and doing this or talking to multiple people, who am I to judge you to talking to someone else? Because I'm
People-
probably
people
talking
do-
to people too.
People do it in real life, but online's like
Yeah.
steroids because like
Yeah.
online you could be talking to 100 different people, whereas in real life you're probably not going to be talking to 100 different people. Like you're going to be talking to like a certain select few,
So
but you're not
viewers
going
out
to be
there-
like literally. Okay, I literally have the tip of my fingertip. I can get a new person. If you do any one thing that I don't like, you're gone. I'll get a new one just like you.
Well,
That's why
I
it's kind of disgusting.
yeah.
To our viewers out there, watch the movie Her. It's a very good way of describing the dating world in the short to be future. Some guy falls in love with an AI system, and the AI system's like, it's a robot. It's talking to him, but it's talking to 100,000 other people at the same time.
Oh,
Like literally at the exact same time.
I'll tell you this story really quick, and then I think Scott wants to come back on there real quick. So last week I was at this car wash place, right? And I saw this beautiful girl vacuuming out of her car. And you guys got to understand, with my personality, I'll talk to anybody. I'll meet anybody. I walked up to her. I talked to her. I got her name. And she's like, hey, call me tomorrow after 4:30 when I get off work, all right? I'm like, cool. Her name was Sharon.
Uh-oh. I think I saw your Facebook post
So,
about
yeah,
this.
right? So I called her the next day at like 5 o'clock. And I'm like, hey, what's up, girl? I've been waiting to call you all day, Shannon. And she was like, my name is Sharon, asshole. And then she hung up the phone on me. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I called her the wrong name. And then I'm like, should I call her back? And then I'm like, no. And she watches my Facebook. She knows I hate big hoop earrings and stuff like that. So I never called her back, and it was a bummer because I do call girls wrong name.
I call everyone the wrong name.
Earlier in the year, I was with my daughter, and this girl that I'm friends with on Facebook, who I've always liked, her name is Tina, and I saw her at B-Rocks, and I called her the wrong name, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and I had my 14-year-old daughter with me, and she's like, Dad, you did it again. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I have a problem with calling girls the wrong name. It happens all the time.
Just repeat it in your head over and over.
And it just sucks, but...
Ladies out there, that is why men give you a nickname like Sweetie or...
That's why
pet nicknames exist, because they don't remember your name.
That's why I call every girl a girl.
All right,
So-
you got a last word, and we'll get Scott in here?
Yeah, my last word is I went on a date with this girl last night,
Oh.
and guess what? Her name is Sharon. Not that Sharon. It's a different Sharon, but I didn't call her the wrong name. And I actually had a great time with her, and I just wanted to tell her on the show that I had a great time with her because she wanted me to rate our date, and I never texted her back, but I'm going to rate our date. I give it an 8 because I did have a good
Well,
time
she's
with her
watching
last
right
night.
now, so.
Oh.
I don't think she's watching, but I did have a good time with her last night.
All right, well, you got to bring her on the show then.
I'll bring her on the show.
Yeah.
She's a real beautiful girl.
There you
Awesome.
go.
So you ready to hop back on, buddy?
Well, she's just going to ask you why the date wasn't a 10.
And you know what? Tom.
Oh, yeah,
Terrence?
lawyer.
Yep. He says he met his wife on Tinder. They
That's
were
right.
both sick of online dating, but wanted to give it one last try. You know what? We both let all of our fads fly, trying to scare each other off. Hang on, let me go down here.
Hey, Tom. Thanks for watching.
But that's why they're married, because they let their freak flags fly. They were weird as they could be. They were themselves.
Hey, Tom,
Which-
I hope you're having a good time
Yeah.
in Tennessee. Hope the weather's good down there, and hope you're getting to some good shows down in Nashville.
Absolutely.
Hey, Scott's
Hey,
back.
what's going
Hey,
on?
hey.
Hey, Scott, what do you think about online dating?
I don't know. Never had to do it, thankfully.
Scott is firmly planted in the real world.
Yeah. I mean, it works. It works. And that.
Hey, Scott.
Remember people's names, I guess.
we love having you on, but I think you got to get
Thanks,
your mic a
Francis.
little closer.
Thank you,
This
Francis.
one's a little bit short, so let me
Yep.
just adjust my noggin. Is that a little bit better?
Oh, that's so much better. Thank you, Scott. Good to have you back. All right, do you have any dating advice for us?
Just be real, be yourself, and if it doesn't work, find something. The signs will be there. That's
Do you
all I
think-
can say. You'll feel it, and then the biggest thing I've noticed about dating and relationships,
usually when you least expect it.
Yeah.
And you don't think it's going to happen or you're not ready, and then there it is.
You know, there's a really good quote from a show. The guy who said he was training to be an actor and trying to learn how to fall. You know, he'd videotape himself pretending to fall.
Oh, the fall guy?
Act for it. And he'd try over and over and over again. And no matter how many times he did it, he couldn't make it look real.
Oh.
And even when it did look real to someone else, to his eye, it looked fake. Because if you're trying to do something and you know that it's an intentional action, it's going to seem insincere and corrupt in your own eyes. You can't you can't go looking for. You can't go looking for it because love is a rare and beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And probably the majority of us will not find it because it's. I mean, we'll all wind up settling for something.
Right. What's the saying is like, if you be yourself, eventually it's going to come out if you're being a fake or a fraud or pretending. It's just a matter of time and when, which reminds me of the hit single. I got to figure it out. The love that you will find is the love that you will never find because it is the love that is not able to be found. Think about that a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a great point. Be yourself, and I mean, it makes it so much easier. Don't, pretend to be something you're not, and because you're just going to hurt yourself in the long run.
Ooh, I got a good story about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was pretending to be someone who I wasn't.
How did that work out?
Is this when you were committing corporate fraud?
No, it's not. It's a different story. Back in collage, I decided to get on one of those dating sites. This is pre-Tinder, so I was on Plenty of Fish, and I was like, I just wanted to make a farce of the whole thing. So I went to Google. I typed in the word douchebag, and the first picture that came up, I made that my profile.
Me.
I made it my profile picture, and the douchebag profile picture was some dude who was like a muscle dude, and he had 3 pop collars, each one pinker than the last. And there was words written on the picture. It says, "This is how you spot a douchebag: fake ass smile, double pop collar, fake tan." And I put that as my picture, and no one read any of that, and no one read the description. They all just said like, "I want to meet you." I got more matches for fake douchebag than I've ever gotten for real me, and I actually did go on one date from that. I showed up to the date, and I'm looking like myself, nothing like douchebag extraordinaire, and they didn't care. They wanted to continue with the date.
Right?
Really?
Yes.
She's that stupid.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. I got to
How
go
did
adjust
it
my
turn
Tinder
out?
profile.
Yeah, we went on the date. We went to Starbucks in Kent, and I remember like being kind of a crab ass the whole time. Like, I don't really like Starbucks. It's too corporate, blah, 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 blah. And she wasn't listening at all. She was like, "Oh, yeah, do you want to come back and meet my sorority sisters?" Blah, blah. I'm like,
Oh, my.
do you not realize this is not a real person? That I am a totally different person than this douche face. But she was like, didn't care. She's like, "Oh, well, yeah, you're fine."
She just wanted the old buckaroo.
Yeah.
She wanted the star.
Yeah,
Sorority sisters.
I didn't.
When the hell did you get back over there?
I didn't go.
You should have gone.
God
That
almighty.
is
I
that
wish
is
I
the
was there to
decision
help
that would have
you.
haunted me
I wish
for
I was
years.
there to help use all throughout the ages. God almighty.
And she wasn't like a bad looking girl either. She wasn't like that dumb or that mean. She seemed like nice and fine.
And
And
she knew that you were what you betrayed yourself as. It's a total fraud. And she was like, "Come on back."
yeah, it was a total fraud. She was fine with it. So I just thought that was super weird. I had to get the hell out
In
of there.
retrospect, you probably
She's like, I shaved
probably
and got
better
ready.
you
I don't
didn't.
want to waste this on something.
probably better you didn't.
Right. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to the sorority and be like, "Hey, this is not douchebag central. This is a normal guy. Get out of
All
here."
right. Oh boy. So like I don't know. Just get back to that, like the net dating and everything like that. And like it's like a modern. I get it's a modern thing, old school type of thing. And
All right.
Uh-oh, confusion, mass confusion.
Uh-oh.
Give a dog a bone.
All right, we got about 5 minutes.
All right. Yeah.
We're going to take a 5-minute.
No, we have 5 minutes left.
Oh, we
Yeah,
have
5
5
minutes
minutes left.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you want to get somebody,
we'll wrap
come
it
on
up.
in.
Come on, we're wrap.
Josephine, would you like to come on in?
It looks like
Yeah,
we'll
we'll wrap
wrap
it
it
up.
unsure.
Come on.
Maybe next time.
Whatever. I'm just gonna go to.
What?
I'm gonna practice funny voice to see if I can find any.
Come on. I like this. Yeah. Where's my other shit? Where What is this? This is more like my natural voice. Oh, not this again. Every time. Fucking everything else. Yep. This is utter chaos happening right now. I love it. Reset. I love it.
Reset.
There it is. All right, yeah. So we're about at the end of our time. My phone battery is getting close to dying, so we should probably wrap her up. You guys got anything? A last topic to talk about? Otherwise, you can go to the end of the show.
No.
We're wrapping it just like you need to with your Tinder date.
Right.
Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
We're going to do an assassination appreciation. Appreciation to all the bartenders. Assassination to all the assholes that, fuck up the fucking bartending service. And
Oh yeah, we got a very
bats.
ready-made character assassination of the week. Whoever was that dumbass that stole the sign?
Right.
Oh, the fuck off sign.
We know who you are. We're going to get you.
We're
done.
gonna get you. Bad
There
boy.
You ain't going to
is,
see it coming, just like you didn't
just
see
gonna
us
say,
come and steal the
there
signs.
are 2 cameras
Done.
in there. They know
You know
who did
who
it.
you are.
And fingerprints have been taken. We're coming for you.
Yeah, you're done. And don't ever do that again.
I am
You'll learn by the numbers.
I
We will
moonlight
teach you.
as a private detective, and I
Right.
think we're going to have you soon.
Not cool.
So,
Not cool. Anyways.
Yeah.
Everybody, I'm going to wrap it up. Say,
all right.
be kind, be good. We're all we got. That's what, be positive, be happy. And, that's that.
I don't have a great quotation, so see ya.
The love that you
Nothing?
will find is the love that you will never find because it is the love that is not able to be found.
No, be good or be good at it. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Nothing?
Uh,
Oh.
Drop stunners, not drugs.
Wow, John just got really
Tits out for
crazy
Harambe.
Right.
Tits out for
right.
Harambe. That's
Well,
what I
we've
gotta say.
had fun giving our unsolicited dating advice, and we will come back at you next
All right.
week with a topic that
Yeah,
is
thank
yet
you.
to be
With
determined.
more unsolicited
Thank you to
advice.
Chris, Frank and
Yes.
Tonys.
Thank you very
everybody
much
that's
for listening to
involved.
us talk about bullshit for
Cool,
about
cool,
an hour.
cool.
We'll come back and do it again
Appreciate
next Monday.
Cheers.
All right, Mr. DeSanda, would you like to press that end button in just a second? Because honest Dave, you could tell no lie, but old John Willis, he was a spy. Goodbye.